Howdy, I guess I'm going to take you along for the ride here. So this is the one that I had apart earlier and that I showed you the insides of. This is a brand new one. It's not been used outside or anything. This one hadn't even been charged up. It's just been in the box ever since I got it. This one is the one that I have been using outside. And it's been charging all morning, and I checked and everything's good with the power coming out of the little solar panel it's got. So I know that the power is getting to the light, but let me show you something. Okay, it's gonna be a little bright here, but okay, that is the one that's been in the box, not charged or anything else, and this is the one that has been out there. Now I get it, it's gonna be both blinding lights, but I think you can see the difference. Let me go down even on the lower, and that you'll be able to see. Oh, that's the motion light, but that one stays dim. If I hit it again, they'll stay dim like that, and you can tell the difference a little better because it's not quite so blinding there in the light. But yep, like I say, that's the difference in between. And you can see this one's already, and that was the bright light. That one's already almost completely dead. So yep, definite battery capacity issue going on there. So anyway, let me shut this blinding thing off, shut this one off, and I'll see you back in just a second, and we'll pull this one apart and we'll fix it. Alrighty, so let's start off with a little chat about batteries. These are called 18650s. And you may be wondering, well, how did it get that name? Is there some madman somewhere behind a desk that just thinks up of funny battery names to keep everybody confused? No, not quite. 18650, that stands for the size. So this battery is 18 millimeters wide, and it is 65 millimeters long. So 18 millimeters wide, 65 millimeters long. So it's called an 18650. Now, they're not all created equal. For instance, you'll see here, that's a button top. That's a button top style battery. While right here, we have a flat top style battery. So see the difference between the button top and the flat top. There's also another very big difference in between these two batteries. This here is not a high drain battery. This here is a high drain battery. This battery you can just buy real cheap about anywhere. Ultrafire, they're junk, I'll be honest. That's my opinion, they're junk. But that's like these here, these generics here. This is another example of a non-high drain battery. I don't really want to say low drain, but a non-high drain battery. That's another example. It's another cheapie that you can buy in bulk, right? So these are not what I would say are good quality batteries in the least, okay? So your high drain batteries, and the reason why these look used is because they are. These are leftover batteries. I've got some of the not high drain batteries here, but I've also got over here, these are the leftover batteries from me building the battery pack for my electric bike. So I used laptop batteries. These are all scavenged out of used laptop batteries. They're high drain batteries, and a lot of them have a lot of capability left in them. And so I used 117 of these to make that 48 volt e-bike battery. 117 of these. And I had some left over, which of course I hung on to. So these are high drain batteries. These here, let me get these out of the way. These here are the ones that we're going to work with. And I already took the liberty of soldering, and I need to give a warning before I go any further. I cannot recommend that you solder these batteries like this. I have to warn against it. I actually have to advise against it. The reason why is because these batteries, if they get too hot, they will light on fire. They will start venting, and that is an ugly, ugly fire. If you've never seen a Li-ion battery fire, go YouTube it and learn. They're nasty. And so that's why I cannot recommend using a soldering iron to solder this. Now, that being said, every one of the 117 batteries in that battery pack were soldered just like this with this soldering iron. And this is a 60 watt. It's a Hobbyco. It's just an ultra cheapie, right? Hobbyco. And it's just an ultra cheapie. I think it's 60 watt. And I think I paid, like, it was less than 20 bucks if I'm not mistaken for it. But this one gets hotter for doing jobs that are going to require that extra heat. You normally, if you're doing most of your soldering work, you normally don't want something like a 60 watt. That's too much. So this here, and as you can tell, it's turned on. This here, I think it's a 20 watt. If I'm not mistaken, it's a 20 watt. It's just a Weller, and it's another cheap one. It's not an expensive one. It was one of my Christmas gifts one year, along with this multi-tester. And none of it's I don't need expensive equipment, right? So I've already got those soldered up just like that. Oh, one other thing about batteries, and this is important. I can't forget this. Some batteries are protected and some are unprotected. I think all of the batteries that I have here are protected, including the ones out of used laptops. And what that basically means is there's a protection circuit. You see that little separation there? There's a protection circuit right here that supposed to protect from like shorting out and overloads and all kinds of stuff. I would not rely on that protection circuit to work. That protection circuit is also why, and I need folks to listen up here. So people talk about how if there's an EMP that the batteries will be okay, right? And that's not the case with 18650s, not the protected kind. So the deal is there is an electronic circuit in there. And that will get fried by an EMP, rendering the battery useless. Now, again, I cannot advise you to do this. I can only tell you the facts about the battery. I cannot advise you to do this. If you were to have been involved in an EMP event or something likewise that rendered your electronics useless and you still needed to use the batteries and you knew the batteries still held juice, you just couldn't get it because the protection circuit was blown, cut off the protection circuit. Okay? I didn't advise you to do that. I'm not telling you to do that. I am telling you that it is still, the battery is still capable of putting out power without the protection circuit, okay? By cutting the protection circuit off. I'm just saying. Just saying. You know, a lot of prepper channels out there want to tell you about how to buy stuff. Here, use this link. Go buy this. Go buy that. Right? But they're not teaching you skills. They're really not. These are skills, folks. I'm going to move that a little further away from my hand. This is called skills. Being able to do stuff like this. And it's simple stuff. I mean, it is the most simple stuff. All I'm doing is removing the screws from the housing. I'll have to use two different screwdrivers because this one will not fit down in there. And those four. Get the remaining two. Okay. Separate top. That's loose. Don't want to lose our little O-ring there that I showed you earlier. I'm going to go ahead and pull that off for the time being. Pull this down so we can get to our batteries there. These are our batteries. Whoop, I accidentally hit the button. These are our batteries. And all I am going to do, and now they're going to be done correctly. Let me show you that. Let me show you the correct way that these are done. That is spot welded. That's a piece of nickel that they have spot welded onto the batteries. So I wanted to make sure you could see the proper way that it's done. That is the proper way. But homie don't have one. So homie can't use one. I wished I would have had my other wire cutters handy, but I don't. So we're just cutting that battery out. Simple enough, right? And then I'm going to take this this little pad here. If I can try to scavenge enough of the sticky stuff on there, I can always put it on there sideways too, like this. I put it on, oops, I put it on there the other direction. That is stick down since some of the stuff came on. So anyway, not a big deal. Of course, your black is going to be your negative. Your red is going to be your positive. Of course, that's the positive of the batteries. That's the negative of the batteries. Let me go ahead real quick and strip this wire. It'll only take me a moment here. Strip that wire. Find where our red wire went. There it is. Not the red wire. That one will blow up the bomb. Cool. Get to see fireworks. Alright. So I've got these wires stripped. And I need to, what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to, and again, this is a cheesy way of doing this. I don't care. You know what? It's going to work. It's going to work. And I think that's what my goal is. Not here to impress anyone. So, this is the wire I used, by the way, to connect the batteries. I've got some solder here. And I'm just going to make a nice little, and normally you want to, you know, tin your wire and all that stuff ahead of time. But because I'm wrapping around it like I am, I'm just gonna glob it on there. Ah, my hands suck. If you can't tell, my hands have gotten so shaky and so bad that it's unreal. So, oops, I did that and the light came on for a second and blinded me. Okay, hang on. Let me get this twisted and ready to wrap around that a little bit. And then I'll shut that light off as quick as I can, because damn, yo. Can you tell the difference in the light, by the way? And these are not even charged yet. Not even charged yet. Okay, it's on there. Let me cycle the light off. Get my wire where I can get some solder on it there. And again, it doesn't have to be super fancy, yo. It doesn't. It doesn't. I'm certainly not showing my soldering skills or anything else here. I'm showing you the redneck hillbilly way. Why? Because, well, sometimes that's the method that works best. Damn it, man. Come on, I'm burning the heck out of the plastic. Can't see nothing now because of all the damn light, but why am I not melting the solder, yo? Come on. Oh, I had it. I had it. There we go, there we go, there we go. Come on. A little more, a little more, a little more. I'm just trying to make sure I get it good. That is like the ugliest solder joint I have ever done in my entire life. I wished I could get it to stand up like that. It'd be a lot better. Yeah, I don't know how that's not making a connection. Ah, it's a little warm, yo. Don't do that. It's hot, man. Hang on. I'm trying to see why we aren't getting a Okay, apparently my camera's doing its shut off deal again. I don't know what's up with that. So I show 58% battery on the thing, so I don't know. So I'll keep an eye on it. I don't know where it quit. My apologies for it quitting. I will kind of try to keep my eye on that to see if it quits again. I apologize. I have no idea what all you have missed. Yeah, all I'm doing is real quick putting the screw housings back together. Or screwing the housing back together, sorry. Putting the screws back in the housing. I'm watching that record, you know, it tells me it's recording. So I'm watching that more than I'm actually even watching what I'm doing. We made it a minute. Alright, last outer screw, and then we got the two smaller screws that go in the center. Well, they're not smaller screws, but the holes down to them are small. I have to use this screwdriver. Same size screw. Alright, there we go. I've got the one that hasn't been installed right here for that old comparison. But here's the one I just put the batteries in. Here's the one that had been sitting there. You know, it's been in the box. This has never been charged. So this one here has never been charged. This one here has. Well, no, actually these haven't been charged. These are the batteries that I just put in there. The used laptop batteries that I just put in here. So I would say that it is very comparable. This is just a touch dimmer. Not much, but let this thing, I'm going to put it out there. We're going to let it get a good charge, and then I'll go ahead and get you guys a video, but later tonight, after it gets dark, I will see how well these batteries hold up. So anyway, sorry the video quit again. I don't know when it did that. My apologies. I don't know what the issue is. I'm thinking it's something to do with I seen it quit that time. I just got one last thing to say, and I was wrapping it up. That's what really bit. Folks, build these skills, okay? Because things are going to really suck. And if you don't have the skills to be able to maintain and repair what you have, it's useless. Because it's only a matter of time before it quits or what have you. So most important skills that I can think of is knowing how to fix this stuff. Oh, it's on motion. It picked up my hand. So anyway, I am out of here. I hope you all have a blessed day. Shalom.